Hey, it's Afio Krieger here, and in this video, we'll explore the origins of loneliness and how it's connected to creating a false self and a refusal to take our call to adventure. How to use love addiction or limerence to our advantage, and how to accept ourselves and start building authentic connections. At some point, I believe we all feel lonely in our journeys. It's like nobody can truly understand us, and we feel disconnected most of the time. I remember having this deep longing for connection, and if I stayed with this feeling for too long, it would completely engulf me. And this feeling was one of the main reasons why I started trying to understand myself. And over time, I realized that the connection I craved had to begin with truly accepting who I was. What a simple task, right? I mean, how could I possibly even begin if there was nothing to like about myself? I know, a bit dramatic, but that's exactly how I felt at the time. And this led me to constantly try to be perfect. I wanted to be immaculate, so I could finally be accepted for who I was. I know, it's ironic, since the last thing I was doing was being my authentic self. The truth is that I was suffocating my soul and preventing any spark of authenticity from coming through. And when we are in the middle of this inner turmoil, we end up pushing the people we care about away. We can't love them for who they are. After all, we don't love ourselves. And seeing what we can't accept inside being reflected on the external is unbearable. We live in a tug of war, wanting to love and to be loved, but also scared of someone truly seeing us. And it's scary because we feel like we can't ever be loved. However, instead of looking within, we seek this magical approval in others. And we think, if only this person can love me, then I'll finally feel worthy. The thing is, even when we get that, it's not enough because the person isn't loving us in the right way or they don't fully get us. Well, first, this happens because we are not showing our authentic selves. If someone accepts the facade we're putting out, it falls flat. It's not real, and we resent them. And if someone fully sees us for who we are, we also resent them for accepting what we judge as intolerable. So it's a lose-lose situation. But the deeper reason is that we are usually not looking for a partner. We are unconsciously seeking the approval of our parents. It's a childish desire for an idealized acceptance, which usually stems from having experienced toxic shame. And this makes us repress vital parts of our personality that form our shadow, such as our creativity, talent, spontaneity, and true desires. And consequently, we feel like there's something inherently wrong with us, and perfectionism becomes a coping strategy to compensate for feeling ashamed and inadequate. Moreover, we develop an external sense of self-worth. In other words, we become heavily dependent on external validation and start crafting this mask, or false self, to win the approval of others. And this is one of the main reasons why we feel lonely even among other people. And on top of that, we have to face how our culture has become increasingly superficial and narcissistic. It seems that to make it in life or find love, we have to pretend to be something we are not. We have to use filters, hide our emotions, and display a perfect Instagram life. There's no room for authenticity, and even these words being used as a marketing tactic nowadays. People don't know who they are anymore, as they're constantly trying to mimic famous people, who by the way are also playing a character. So this is the perfect formula to create neurotic, anxious, and depressed people. That's why the first thing that ought to be done is to emotionally and psychologically individuate from our parents, because this unconscious need for approval is projected onto the world. And until we craft our own values and build a strong sense of identity, we'll continue to feel lost. And I explored this topic in depth in my video about conquering the poor and proletarians, and it should be in the card over here. And by the way, if you're enjoying this, subscribe and leave a like, because I also need some validation. And you can read about this in my book Pistis Demystifying Jungian Psychology. You can get your copy when you join my newsletter. The false self is also one of the main factors behind experiencing love addiction, also known as limerence, or constantly obsessing about someone and talking their Instagram stories. So this happens because all the repressed qualities that form our shadow are projected, and we see in these people an idealized version of what we would like to become. And when we explore limerent fantasies, it's not uncommon to hear that the person has a talent you wanted to have, they're pursuing a career you always wanted but never went for it, or they have qualities you feel like confidence or being creative or in touch with their emotions. And these fantasies can give us the key to understanding what we have to develop for ourselves. The things we admire in them also exist in potential inside of us, and it's our duty to develop them to finally stop seeking external validation, stop being a stalker, and focus on living our lives. And I explored this in depth in my video, The Definitive Guide to Overcome Limerence. Lastly, loneliness conceals a refusal to fully live in our lives and take in our cult adventure. As time passes, being isolated becomes a strategy to run away from exploring our talents and be in service of other people. The main problem is that we spend so much time creating the false self that people have a certain idea in their minds about who we are. We want to control their perception. But the more we invest in this fake persona, the more we feel trapped. And now we have a series of relationships and maybe even a career that isn't aligned with who we truly are. We must choose between continuing to sacrifice our authentic selves and dreams to keep everyone happy or listening to our souls. When we finally take the risk of being who we truly are and start carving our own paths, that inner void is filled, and we are finally ready to build authentic connections. You already know that everything starts with accepting who we truly are, and we do that by committing to exploring our potential, engaging with our interests, and following our fears. You must understand that we will never integrate the shadow by journaling or doing weird visualizations and meditations. We must take action in real life and get out of our heads. We have to devote time to hone our talents and be in service of other people. We must go all in the pursuit of what inspires and realize us. And in this process, the more we feel connected with our souls, the less we need external validation. And when we are living authentically, we get to meet amazing people who share the same values, and we'll finally be able to experience deeper connections. And finally, you can find a step-by-step to integrate the shadow in my best-selling and accessible course Katabasis The Shadow Integration Manual. And don't forget that you can receive a copy of my book Pistis when you join my newsletter. All links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.